Hi folks, I'm State Senator Mike Waugh from York County, and I currently serve as the chairman of the Senate Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee. And in the service of that committee, it's obvious and clear that one of the most important things that we policymakers in Harrisburg could do is assist our folks in agriculture, our farmers and landowners, in implementation of what are commonly referred to as best management practices in the field with respect to waterway and land conservation. Now, one of the other things that I do on a regular basis and for the last several years is serve as the chairman for the Pennsylvania delegation to the Chesapeake Bay Commission. So trying to tie this together for you and let you know that in addition to experiences I've had with our farm communities and our landowners, there's also very good reason for us in Pennsylvania to participate in the Chesapeake Bay program initiatives. And what we found is that on the Chesapeake Bay program, the practices that are encouraged and promoted for clean waterways in Pennsylvania, ultimately for clean Chesapeake Bay by way of the Susquehanna River, include to a great extent practices that are initiated in farm fields in Pennsylvania. And in fact, a recent study completed by the Chesapeake Bay Commission revealed that of the top 7 most effective practices, the most cost-effective of those practices, 6 are actually on-the-ground best management practices that can be implemented by farmers and landowners. Things such as riparian buffers along streams and waterways on farm grounds, fencing in pastures to keep the cows and the horses out of the waterways, manure storage facilities that contain manure and waste from a farm operation and then ultimately allow it to be utilized in a more productive way and a better managed way by the farmers and on the farms where it's generated or in other operations. So in thinking about the need to assist our farmers with these practices, and let me just tell you that my experience is most all farmers are great conservationists. The problem that they have is finding the funds available to put in place waterways, cover crops, some of the other types of practices that they do on farms. And over the years, we, the state government and the federal government and county governments for that matter, have invested in these practices with farmers through our conservation districts and other mechanisms. But in thinking here in Harrisburg with my good friend Senator Wanger and others about how we might actually be able to enhance these programs and make them more attractive and more affordable for farmers and landowners, we've come up with an idea that uses the acronym REAP, Resource Enhancement and Protection Program. And this is just a proposal. It's something that we've floated in the way of a bill. But we're hopeful that as we get into the next budget cycle, we'll be able to find funding in the budget to implement this program. And I'd like to explain it very quickly. Basically what it does, rather than providing cash grants or cash monies to farmers, is it gives the landowner the opportunity, once they've installed a best management practice on their property, to apply for state tax credits. In some cases up to 75% of the value of the project that they've completed. Now the win-win component of this is that not only would farmers be eligible for state tax credits, but in the event that the farmer doesn't necessarily need a large tax credit, he'd be able to sell or use that program and ultimately that tax credit as a way to generate some additional income by selling the credit to another property owner or to a business who's is in need of some state tax credit. So I believe that ultimately this program will prove to be a good idea. Conceptually, on paper, it certainly works. The goal now in Harrisburg is to come up with a budgetary stream that will allow us to put the program in place And I'm proud to say that Pennsylvania is a leader in this initiative, working with folks from the Chesapeake Bay Commission and from the State Conservation Commission and other members of the General Assembly, both House, Senate, and both Republican and Democrat, I might add. We've come up with the concept, and we're hopeful that within the next couple of years, we, the state of Pennsylvania, will be the first state in the country to offer this sort of innovative program in helping to better manage our waterways and streams here in Pennsylvania. Thank you very much.